Hi everybody, welcome back to Movie Related. Well, we are a week away from movie theaters finally opening here in Ontario, Canada, but we did have Disney Plus movie this week. The much anticipated, much delayed Black Widow finally came out. Her origin story that we're getting after she died in the Avengers. Yeah. That makes not a lot of sense, but let's see if the movie itself made sense. Unpack it, Paul.
So you have Natasha Romanoff. She's kind of like in hiding because this movie takes place between Civil War and Infinity War. And the Avengers have kind of broken up, and some of them are on the wrong side of the law. And so she's in hiding. And this movie is basically her reconnecting with her sister and her adopted mother and father. And then going into a mission where they're trying to get to the villain who's creating the Widows, which are the female sleeper agent assassin people.
Who Scarlett Johansson is and was.
So she broke away from that life and became an Avenger, but now she wants to go in and dismantle the system.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And if only they had more vials of that red mist stuff.
Well, explain.
Well, there's a red mist that if it's inhaled by these sleeper agents, it breaks their mind control. I didn't like the whole mind control angle on it. I didn't like that. I think raised from a child, you can just be indoctrinated into this sort of
which
lifestyle,
was what Black Widow was.
Yes.
But the others, they used this.
Which was, I don't know, it was just kind of a ridiculous angle for them to take.
Well, if you were the bad guy, this angle was more productive for you.
I suppose.
You had a lot more control.
It's easier.
And that. But, I mean, okay, so at the beginning of the movie, we have this lovely family. They're out playing. The girls are playing together and everything. And they come in for dinner, and the father comes in. He has this worried look on his face, and they're on the run. They have to run to this plane. They're being chased by people. We have no idea who they are. Are they Russians? Are they America? Are they S.H.I.E.L.D.? We don't know who they are. They're just coming after them. But I like the opening
because he has
scene.
A disc.
Because he has this disc he stole. Yeah. A floppy disk.
A floppy disk.
Just to date what year we're in. But I like that scene. I don't know what do they have any special powers or anything? And the father just looks normal. He's a sharpshooter kind of thing. And then all of a sudden he just walks up to this big, heavy iron
thing.
Tractor thing, and you think he's just going to try and put it, he throws it like, he turns out eventually that he's the Russian equivalent super soldier of Captain America.
Red Guardian.
And so, yes, he has some powers. They escape to Cuba with him hanging on the plane. Now, if he wasn't the Russian equivalent of Captain America, you would say, did they just fly to Cuba with somebody hanging onto the plane? But I guess Captain America could do it pretty easy, so why wouldn't he be able to do it? And I like that part. And then they land. He meets the big bad guy there. He gives him the disc, and the kids are taken away. And that's the opening of the movie. Up till then, I was enjoying that part. What did you guys think of the opening?
Opening, I thought was okay.
I thought it was great.
It's not a family. That's like a sort of a sleeper cell family that's been put together. That's not actually their kids and stuff.
Yeah. I saw a reviewer say that the young girl did not look like Scarlett Johansson. I thought she did fine.
Yeah. She was okay. I knew who they were. I knew who she was supposed to be.
Yeah. I don't know why they went with the blue hair for some reason.
It was 95.
I guess, but I don't care. That might have been the only thing that took me away from that being her instead of making her a redhead.
Well, that's the whole reason. That sort of age demographic in 95, everybody, that was this thing. Just color your hair for whatever.
Oh, I know. I had kids.
I know. My hair was blue.
Never. And then we have this little opening montage with the music, with all these girls being indoctrinated and all this Russian and targeted, and I didn't like that. The music didn't seem to go really well.
No, but it showed a sort of a progression of what was going on in little clips, and you could sort of tell what was happening.
Yeah,
It was long for me.
Yeah, it was, and not. It tried to get across basically 1 or 2 points, and it took long to do those 1 or 2 points.
And it was a cover of, I think it was a Nirvana song, and it was very...
Smells Like Teen Spirit.
It was very slow and like, oh, okay, get to the end part now where the movie starts.
Yeah, because this is trying to be like a James Bond and a Mission Impossible movie. Mm-hmm. And just think, James Bond, Mission Impossible, they have those little opening segments of the action's happening and everything, and then it's dun, 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 dun. It gets you pumped up. This one was... Dun, 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 dun. Oh my God, like way to pick us up after an action scene. Let's just drop us down and put us to sleep.
I don't know if it's my TV, but I thought the sound in this movie was like the music was covering up all the talking. And so I'm turning it up and I'm turning it down.
It wasn't balanced very well.
No, and they talk low in a lot of this movie. It's like whisper talk. Oh my God.
So I turn it up to 30 because they're talking,
and then the action
music
happens.
comes on. So, oh my God, I turn it down to like 5.
Yeah. I got a few texts last night when I was watching it saying, "Can you turn it down? It's too loud." So,
sorry.
Yeah. That's when my headphones went in.
Okay, so now tell them why or why not, whether they should watch this movie or not.
Okay, well, you have some points.
I do.
Go over some of the points with us.
Okay, so I went into this movie wanting to hate it.
Okay.
We saw the trailer, and I said, the action looks crappy. Oh, they're just doing this movie to hand off the character to Florence Pugh so that she could be the new Black Widow kind of thing, because Scarlett Johansson's going to retire.
She's dead.
You know
That too.
Yeah. But the action wasn't disappointing to me.
Okay, so let's look at that.
Okay.
I said the action was going to be cheesy. Now, at the end, the part that they showed in the trailer where they're falling, okay, I said, whoa, that's a lot of CGI. It looks really bad. But you know what? It was a lot of CGI, but I didn't care. It was still fun.
Yeah. Yeah, the action itself was good. Like, it was on par with what you would expect from a Marvel franchise.
Yeah?
It was good.
None of the, the cha-cha-cha spy moves that they were doing during the fighting looked contrived. It looked all really good.
Yeah, and it was, it was fast and it was choreographed well. I liked it. I'm
kind of on the fence a little bit on some of the action. I'm not a big fan of the action scenes that are cut, 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 cut. And this was cut, 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 cut. Like, you did not see more than a 3-second clip at any time in any fight scene. At any time. This was definitely not like a John Wick or a Blonde, what was the Charlize Theron? Atomic Blonde. This was not action choreographed, move over here with the cameras panning around like this. This was, I'm going like this, then cut to over here, and then this person's doing this, and then cut to over here, and I don't like that.
But that wasn't different than most.
No, but that's my complaint in those movies too.
But that's a Marvel movie.
But that's not that's my complaint in fight scenes. For a general, that's not just this movie. That's in general. That's one of the ones I didn't like. This isn't picking on this movie. This is picking on those kind of choreography. Just like shaky cam on Bourne. Right. I cannot stand watching Bourne anymore because of the shaky cam. So that's only. And the CGI at the end, it felt a little out of place in this movie because the rest of the movie wasn't CGI. There wasn't it looked real. The plane taking off at the beginning looked real. The fighting in the buildings is all close combat fighting. And then they had all of a sudden this big CGI thing that just looked fake. You could tell it's fake, where they're pushing off of falling building things. And in this movie, I counted about 5 times. I said, okay, you're dead. You're dead. Because you're not a superhero. You're not a super Winter Soldier. That's every spy movie. Marvel. But you can believe that one time in a situation or 2 times. But I mean, how many times were they driving in a car and something smashed into them and the car flips like 55 times? But it's okay because she put her seatbelt on. Don't forget to put your seatbelt on.
Okay, but we're gonna have to try to separate what was good and bad about this movie, and what is just standard.
Yeah, but I mean, that happened a lot. It wasn't just one time.
But okay,
many times.
Take a Die Hard movie, okay? Well, it's gonna happen all throughout the movie.
Yeah.
It's same with this movie. It happens all throughout the movie because it's action.
And it bugs me. It's part of the things that does bug me.
But now they're saying, oh, should I watch that? He's sounding pretty negative about it.
No, I have to point out what I like and what I didn't like, and we're going over points. So you guys were liking the action, so that's your opinion.
So you think action was over the top?
Some of it was over. Like, I did like some of the fights. I liked the moves that they were doing and things like that. But we'll get into some of the fighting with the characters a little later as we go into some of the characters.
So I really didn't like anything in this movie, but you should watch it.
No, you guys said you liked it.
Tune in to Don's other channel, Things That Bug Don.
I also went in.
It's a short channel. Things That Bug Don.
I also went into this after seeing the trailer, saying, "Oh my God, David Harbour's David Harbour is the dad on Stranger Things, and he's the Red Guardian. His character looks cheesy. Elizabeth Pugh, I didn't want to like her because they were handing off the franchise to her. I was hoping that she would fail.
Did well.
And I loved David Harbour, and I thought Florence Pugh was amazing.
Yeah.
So, two more things that I expected to hate and wanted to hate, I thought were awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I had no doubt the acting was going to be okay. Scarlett Johansson is a great actress, and the other, is she from what's she from? The Crown?
Little Women?
Or Little... Florence Pugh, yeah, she was in that. I forget what she's in a TV series, I think, too, as well.
Oh, she's been in a lot.
But I knew the actors were qualified. I mean, even oh my gosh, the mother.
I don't know her name. Is it Melina or? I
can't. Yeah, but she's as famous. Oh my God.
But she was the weak part for me.
But I mean, they're all qualified actors. They're good actors in their roles. So I had no problem with the acting in this movie. Okay. So what else do you got for us besides the action?
Okay, so this movie has been accessible a long time for other reviewers, and I'm seeing thumbnails saying, "Oh, it's just woke and it's feminist agenda."
I honestly didn't see a lot of woke stuff.
You know what? There was nothing in this. Those are clickbait, rage bait channels. Yeah. You know what? I watch those channels, and I'm very disappointed that they're all dorks. Like, they are just trying to get clicks because there was nothing in this movie that was... oh my God, I can't watch this anymore because it's all about female power. Yeah. It was not about that. It was a spy movie.
You know what? At the end of the movie, after the cutscene and everything, this entire movie, for me, was only about Val getting people onto her Dark Avengers that she's putting together. That's it.
The Julia Louis-Dreyfus character.
Yeah, that's it. That's what this whole movie was. Is you got now she's hired.
She's like the new
U.S. agent. Yeah, she's hired U.S. agent, and now she's gotten her sister. So now, who's next? That like the next cutscene in the next Marvel show will be the next person for the Dark Avengers.
Yeah, Phase 4, Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you think of the villains? We have the main villain who's in charge of the Black Widows, and we have Taskmaster.
I thought Taskmaster was pretty formidable. Cool looking outfit. The action, the fighting was all great and everything, intimidating, but lacked depth for me. Like, it's just like, oh, there's like Boba Fett, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody in the original Star Wars thought he looked cool, but he was just kind of in the back and didn't really do anything, and no backstory at all at that point.
Yeah,
that's what it felt like here. Like, I didn't have the story that went along with Darth Vader to make him a villain. This was just a side.
Right.
Here you go.
And the Taskmaster in the comic book lore anyway is supposed to be like super deadly. And although it was a good character, I didn't see anything that was more deadly about the Taskmaster than Natasha, than the Black Widow.
Oh, I think Taskmaster, given a couple more minutes, would have taken them all apart.
Maybe, but we didn't see that.
No.
That's the trouble. Taskmaster's skill is that it can mimic
anybody's fighting
skills. You see them, her, spoiler review, her, because Taskmaster's not a her.
Although, I bet you while the mask was down, it was a guy in the costume.
Oh yeah, the size. The build was a guy, absolutely. Doesn't matter. It's Olga Kurylenko is the Taskmaster. I like her as well in movies. She's from James Bond movies and some other films. But Taskmaster's skill, being able to mimic anybody. We see that at the opening scene on the bridge, where she basically does 2 or 3 moves that copy Natasha, and then that's it in the movie. The rest is just beating and punching basically the rest. And that, look, I can use the arrow like like Hawkeye, and I can use the shield like Captain America, yet it's this tiny little shield, and Natasha, the marksman of the group, keeps aiming at this little shield.
Yeah, I thought that was great.
Okay, go, come on. You can be more imaginative than that.
I will admit, when I was first watching and I was going through it, and I saw the first scene with the Taskmaster, I thought it was her dad. That's who I thought it was going to end up being. Because he was, at the beginning, he was like, let me have my suit back. And I figured, okay, well, now he's in the suit. But
Now, at the end, you have the big resolution, and now you have a team of widows that have been broken from the mind control. And it looked like they had a good launch pad for another franchise, because now you have a bunch of widows working for good together,
Yeah.
possibly led by the Florence Pugh character. She might be the leader of this gang now, who knows. But I thought that was an interesting way to launch something.
Which also includes the Taskmaster. Is
Yeah.
in that group, because they took her with her.
Now, is Taskmaster, I don't know in the comics what the lore is, a good person?
No. It's an anti-hero. Just like Florence Pugh's character is an anti-hero.
And U.S. agent kind of thing.
It's an agent, but it's not necessarily for the U.S. It's a agency for hire kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, so all in all, it wasn't a horrible movie by no means.
it was an entertaining movie, but with not really a point.
What do you mean not a point?
Well, she's dead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's way too late.
Boy, I can't wait to see more of the story of Natasha and... Too soon? Okay. So, all right. There are 2 end credit scenes in this. Did you see them
Crap.
both?
I saw one.
I saw one.
You didn't see the second one. Which one did you see?
I saw the one with Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah, me too. Graveyard.
The Graveyard.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the first one, when the first movie, the first is right when the movie ended. They went into one right away where she's going on the new wing. That's a cutscene, by the way.
That's the next
That was the first extra.
Oh, okay. It looked like part of the movie to me.
That was the first extra.
That's like saying the last scene of the movie is
Yeah.
a cutscene.
Yeah. So you see Natasha, she meets up with that guy who's been providing her with all this stuff. All the gadgets and everything. The Q of this movie, if you will. And she says she had no family all her life, and now she found out she had 2. And one of them's a little broken right now, so she's going to go and break out some of her friends from, prison. So she's talking like Captain America did, going and rescuing Ant-Man and the guys who are all locked up,
Avengers,
right, of the Avengers. And then Florence Pugh's character is at Natasha's grave, and the Julie Louis-Dreyfus character comes in.
Valentina or
Yeah,
something?
and we found out she's been working for her all this time already, because she says, I want a raise, and she asks you and me both. And she says, but I got a job for you. How'd you like to go and deal with the guy who's responsible for your sister's death? And we see Hawkeye, a picture of Hawkeye
On an iPad.
on an iPad, which is obviously leading into the Hawkeye TV series that's coming on Disney Plus later this year. But yeah, we're obviously leading into that, so Florence Pugh's character may show up as being part of the main cast of the new Hawkeye series, from what it looks like.
And I don't know. I think I'd be very interested in watching a Florence Pugh, Jeremy Renner series.
Yeah, I just don't, is this going to be one of those...
It is Jeremy Renner, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Is it going to be one of those false... Well, we should do a whole other video on this, but is it going to be one of those false, fake outrage because you killed my sister, but really, by now they should know the real story of what happened and the sacrifice that she did. I mean, she's stuck in this little grave out in the middle of nowhere where I'm going... she's an Avenger who gave her life to save the world and bring back everybody from this blimp, and there's no big memorial anywhere. There's nothing. There's just this little tombstone with a couple flowers around it and a teddy bear.
That's where she wanted to be buried.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't care.
So it just seemed really weird. It just seemed weird because there would be this big thing. The way they're setting it up is that, do you want to deal with a guy who killed your sister? Come on. No, those two were the closest thing to a love interest in any of the Marvel films.
Obviously, but that's the drama.
Is it though? It's materialized. It's Three's Company drama kind of thing. All right, recommended or not?
I think don't listen to anybody who says that this is a craptastic movie. This is a fantastic, well, not a fantastic, it's a really good movie. You should watch it.
It's a watch. Watch it.
I was okay with the film. It had its, like any other film, it had its flaws to me, some loopholes. I went, eh. But I still liked the movie when I watched it. I enjoyed it. So, yeah. What do you give it out of 10?
7.5.
7.
7. Which means it was a good movie. If I paid money in the theater or Disney Plus, I'm not too disappointed. I thought it was worth the money that we paid.
Yeah.
And that's all we can ever ask for movies nowadays. Is it the best Marvel film? No.
No, it doesn't add a whole lot to the
You don't
story.
have to have the best Marvel film.
No, I'm just saying, is it the best Marvel film? No. Is it the worst Marvel film? No.
Not by a long shot.
So, yeah, there's plenty of other worse Marvel films.
It was better
out
than
there.
the original Captain America. It was better than the second and third Iron Man. Better than
Wait.
Thor 2.
Better than third Iron Man. Second one, I'm a fan of the second Iron Man.
Better than 2008 Incredible Hulk.
Yes.
So let us know what you guys think. Did you see Black Widow? Is it your new favorite movie on Marvel? Let us know in the comments down below. And until next time, we'll see you on the channel.